There we go. Now I have it on, and we'll see if we can make it work this time properly. Hey, what's going on? Let me try and get this thing on Wi-Fi if I can, so I get a better signal before I start doing anything. Probably gotta open the door. Let's do that. Sorry of all the bouncing around and everything right now. Trying to Alright, I'll be right back. Let me just see if I can get this to work on my Wi-Fi, because I know it's going to be an issue if I don't do that. There we go. Alright, it should be back on now. Hopefully it catches up. Alright, let's see if this works now. Alright, screw it. We're doing it this way. How's it going? I'll wait till you guys are all on here. Do any of you guys know about these motors? I have a question. I wanted to know if any of you guys knew anything about it. Yeah, sorry this stream was all messed up. I was trying to get it on my Wi-Fi, but it wasn't connecting because I think I'm too far away from it. So it looked like it was just going to be lagging even worse while I connected to it. I thought it was going to be better. So what I was asking is, there's a seal that's over the shift linkage on the transmission, and there's like a special tool that you're supposed to use to remove it. It's got like a reverse threading on it, and it looks almost like a socket that you put over it, and then you turn it the opposite way than you normally would a screw or a bolt, and then it screws into the, I guess it's like a bushing or a seal, and then you pop it right back out. So I was gonna try doing it with like these other tools that I have, but I didn't know if you guys ended up doing that. So I was gonna show you what it looked like and see if you had a suggestion for that. And then the other thing is, this AC is actually a really old AC. It had the R12, which I ended up getting the conversion for. And you can see there the bottom bolt is actually open. So I was wondering if the bottom one was the low pressure side or the high pressure side. And I'm thinking that that's the lower pressure side there on the bottom. But I don't want to be wrong. So I figured I'd ask first before I put any coolant in there. My nose ring, that's a 14 gauge, for those of you who were just asking me that. Yeah, so the bushing that I was talking about in the transmission is actually pretty common for the shift linkage. I'll show it to you in a minute. So that is probably a common thing to be removed and replaced on older vehicles. I just don't want to scratch up the actual piece that the bushing goes around, because then it'll create more of a little bit of a leak. So I have the manual for this, but it's not like the full mechanical manual that has everything in it. Let me see if I can find it on here. Alright, let's see. I don't even know what's in here because I haven't looked fully. There we go. That's easier. Oh, that's not even for that. I'll find it. This looks like it just shows everything that's in the actual trailer part of it, not the motor. Because this is showing like the AC stuff, like the blower, but not the actual, not the AC for the car, but the AC for the actual house part of it. And the furnace, and whatever else is in there. That's electrical wiring. I'm like sweating like crazy in here because it was like 100 degrees in here and we just turned on the AC, so it's super hot. There's an owner's manual. Let's see what's in there. Water tank, gasoline tank, what else? Propane, furnace, water heater, refrigerator, batteries. The refrigerator, I bet it does not show the same picture of what we saw when we opened it up. Yeah, this is all about the like house part of it too, not the actual motor. We will find it. This is not a Suburban. What is that? More about the oven. Yeah, this is all like the actual home part of it. Yeah, so I tried Googling it, and there, like I said, there's a tool that you're supposed to use to remove it, and I can remove it without the tool. I just didn't want to scratch anything up. So I was wondering if any of you guys that know something about cars have a better suggestion. One of the suggestions I saw was to get like an actual galvanized steel pipe from Home Depot or something like that, and then using that, but it doesn't have the reverse threading, so I'm wondering if that would cause any issues. But here, let me show you what that looks like. Okay, under the vehicle. Yeah, I've been looking at forums and everything, but it is still super difficult to find any information on this. And everyone who does have information on it, it's pretty like outdated stuff. So there's a bushing right there, and it's leaking transmission fluid. So I was going to replace it, but in order to take it out, you have to get like a socket that goes over this piece, and then it screws into the actual bushing that's in here, and then you just pop it out and it comes out with it. That's the way it's supposed to work anyway. That one. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to fix at the moment. I'm just gonna take that out, that bushing out of there completely. And then I gotta put the new one in. But see this pipe here? It's all covered in transmission fluid. And what ends up happening is it all starts smoking into the cab, which is up. I don't know if you can see it. Where's my hand? Yeah, so that hole right there is the cab. And it all ends up putting the fumes up in there. So I want to fix that seal before we leave. That way I don't have any fumes going up into the cab where the animals are or where we're driving or anything like that. But it's an easy fix. I just have to get that piece out of there. And I don't know. Let's see if I can get... That thing's already scratched up, so somebody else probably tried to remove it at some point and it got all messed up. I don't even know at this point. I have like a little hook thing that I can put in there and probably pop it out, but I'm just scared to scratch that anymore because I don't want to create any more leaks from a new seal that I put in. Because if this piece is scratched up, then everything can just go right through it. But it already looks pretty beat up. I don't even know if I can find a new one of those. It's not really a big deal for us to drive out. I can still drive out with that leaking. But if I don't fix it, like I said, it's just going to create all those fumes from this pipe because it just falls right on it. But the tires are new. Check that out. Yeah, so that's the plan at the moment, is just to fix that seal right there. It's not even leaking right now at the moment that bad, but I can see it still is a little bit. I just don't have the right tool for that, and they were giving me a hard time on finding it. So anyway, I was wondering if any of you guys know like any quick way to remove it without scratching it all up. That was the point. So go ahead and leave your information if you have any tips on that in the description, and we'll check it out in a bit and we'll see what we can figure out. And in the meantime, I'll try to pop it out with like the actual hook that I have, and I'll let you know how that goes later. See you guys.